Go there. We in there.
We starting up now? Oh, man.
You sleepy.
Yo, what's good? What's the deal, man? Y'all already know what y'all tuned into. Y'all tuned into one of the dopest podcasts. You know what I'm saying? The Dad Podcast. You got your boy Day up in here. You know, we got some real good content, real goodie for y'all today on this Mother's Day. I got my boy.
Mother's
You know what I'm
Day.
saying?
Happy Mother's Day. Happy
What's
Mother's
up with
Day.
you, man?
No, I'm cooler, man. I'm just excited about the day. We got our first female guest.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's
I'm
gonna be a
saying?
real goodie, man. And before we get into that, you know, I just want to bring her in. You know, Tam, I've been knowing Tam for probably about, 7-8 years?
Mm-hmm.
I will say this sister, she's a strong Black woman.
Period.
She stand on a lot of great things, a lot of great information, you know, she got to share today. A lot of things that I didn't even know about, you know. So I want to bring her in. We got Queen Tam. Queen Tam, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm Tam. I'm a mom of 5.
Ooh, happy Mother's Day.
I'm right
Thank
behind
you. Thank you. How many you
I
have?
got 4.
Oh, do you?
Oh, I'm a girl dad.
Oh, I was a boy mom until just recently.
Okay.
I had my first girl. She's one, mama's, and I love her.
That's what's up.
And
How
I'm
was that?
obsessed with
How
her.
did that change the game?
It's so different. With my boys, I feel like I love my boys. Don't get me wrong. I wanted my boys, but the girl, it's just different.
Yeah.
It's just different. I'm so thankful for her.
Look, man. It's I don't mean to cut you off. This is Mother's Day, man. We got to do a little Mother's Day
little
toast.
Mother's
You know,
toast.
it's a celebration.
Happy Mother's Day for all
Thank
your
you,
endeavors.
thank
and
you.
I mean, all the stuff you got to go through.
Period.
So,
About you.
how long have you been a mother?
My oldest is 13. Robert's 13. So I've been a mom for 13 years.
That's what's up. That's
Let me get
dope.
comfortable.
I mean, that's a good
Yeah.
time.
13 years, yeah.
He almost ready to, you know what
I
I mean?
was a
Having
young
some
mom. I was a
responsibility.
young mom.
Yeah.
I was a young mom. I had my first kid when I was 18.
Okay.
So
He
That's
basically grew up
about-
with
that's
you.
about-
That's
he
it.
did. He
Yeah.
did for sure. So Robert's the oldest. And then Christian's 12. And then Prince is 5. And Kingston's 4. And Rome is 1.
Oh, so you got like 2 back-to-backs.
Mhm,
and
2
then you
sets,
got-
and then
that's dope.
mamas.
That's
Yeah,
what's
that's
up.
how. Well, that's cool though. I bet.
Yeah,
I
hell
bet
yeah.
the 13-year-old and 12-year-old, since you having them like kind of young, I bet that's like just like kind of like so like chill. Huh?
Oh yeah, like I mean, yeah, they are. They're chill. Those are like my little soldiers. Like
Yeah,
they
that's
was
what's
with
up.
me. Yeah, they was with me.
Right?
Yes.
That's all that matters. They was with you. They know
Yeah,
their mama.
yeah.
you
They
what I
know
mean?
me. They know me well. So we definitely grew up together.
That's what's up.
It's so weird having a teenager.
Yeah,
I took him to the movies like a couple weeks ago, and I like picked up his homeboy, and I was like, had to talk to somebody, mama. I was like, oh my god, what's happening?
Like you doing all the same things that your mom used to do.
Oh yes, absolutely. But it was just like,
He ready to go outside without that supervision now.
yeah,
Man.
that's the first time he's been to movies by himself. Well, is it? Yeah, I think so. That's the first time he's been to the movies by
I
himself.
ain't ready for that.
No, me neither.
Nah,
I wasn't ready.
man.
I was like checking
It
his
happened so
location.
Yeah, that's what I'm
fast,
saying.
you
I
know?
might still be in the
Yeah.
parking lot.
Checking his location and
It
stuff,
happened
but
so fast.
he's getting older, so
Yeah, you gotta let him be him. Spread his wings.
I know,
You know.
it's so sad. I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I
Let's
feel
move
you.
on. I don't want to
Yeah.
talk about.
So
Spreading wings.
let's get into it. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about your upbringing, where you from.
Okay, I'm a mother of 5, so I'm a mama. I'm a doula, so I support pregnant women and children during their childbirth journeys. My sister and I own a Botanica on the east side of Long Beach. We are the only Black-owned Botanica in California.
Really?
Damn.
We have been told we were the only Black-owned Botanica on the West Coast, but I haven't really done any research about it. But
So it's big.
yeah, it's huge. It's
huge.
huge. It really is. It really is. So that's my sister and I. We founded that with one of our soul sisters, Tiana, and we created Divine is Wine. We've been rocking for like 3.5 years now. In October, we're gonna hit our 4-year anniversary, and we've been in the store for almost a year now.
Oh, that's what's up. Hey, that's
We're gonna have
dope.
our year anniversary on Juneteenth. We moved in Juneteenth of 2021.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. That's dope, man. So, so tell us a little bit about you know, you guys saying that this is the only Black Botanica.
What is a
Possibly on the West-
Botanica?
yeah.
So a Botanica
Enlighten
is
me.
a shop you come to get herbs, you come to get oils, candles, charms, remedies. You know, you come there to get those kind of tools to kind of like perform self-healing. Okay.
Okay.
So we have all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? We have all kind of things. You know, we use the natural elements, earth, wind, fire, water, air. We use these things to create, and we use these things to we use these things to do work. Okay, so some people, you might say, okay, I want a new car. I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna go put in some overtime. I'm gonna work. You know, that's your work. We work with candles. We work with oils. We work with fire and things like that. You know what I mean? To kind of like manifest what we want. I mean, we work too. You know, obviously we got the shop, but it's not really work at all.
So how long? How did you get into this, and how long have you been?
So my sister and I got into it naturally. So I feel like I was at a space in my life to where I was like, when I was living in Louisiana. I was living in Louisiana for a little while, right? My father, people are from Louisiana. So I was staying there for a while with my boys, living in the bayou in Houma, okay? And it's literally like bayou. It's the swamps. Like I saw an alligator like crossing the road one night, a big one. I almost hit it. So I was down there, and I feel like I was at a very like low time. Like as a mom, I was like out there with my father, and to make a long story short, I was out there with him, and he had got arrested. So my livelihood was pretty much contingent on, you know what I mean, like him. He invited me and my boys out there, and he, you know, invited us into his space. So. Okay. So I feel like I was just at a low space in my life. And I just, like, when you get to the bottom, you know, I just feel like I just surrendered. Like, there was a surrendering that took place. And I was like, I can only go up from here because I chose that. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to keep going down. And I literally had no choice. Like, I had nothing. Like, I had to surrender. You know what I mean? Like, period. So that's what I did. And so we stayed out there. Me and the boys stayed out there for a couple months after he got arrested because I wanted them to finish up that little semester they was in school. And then we drove from Louisiana to California.
How long did that take?
It was like maybe like 2 days. I think me and my sister stopped a couple times. I had my little sister with me, Tracy. She came down when my dad got arrested. She came down from Cali to Louisiana with me because obviously I had to get a job and all that, you know. So she came to help me with the boys. So yeah, we drove back. We drove back to California in a car, my little Acura, through like a really bad storm that was like, it was like a hurricane that was passing through, and we drove through it. Stop you, basically. Oh my God, what? It was crazy. So anyway, that was in 2015 when we got back. And yeah, so at that point when I surrendered, it was just pretty much, you know, like rebuilding. And I feel like that's when I started to get into the magic. Like, that's when I started to kind of like come inward because I wasn't like out. I was really like in myself, just worried about me, taking care of my kids, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? And I feel like when you focus on yourself like that and you come to a space where it's just you and you know, and you can hear yourself and you can hear your thoughts and you can hear like, you know, instructions that are being told to you. So that's when I got into the magic, and that's when I developed a connection with my ancestors.
Pull up to
the shop, okay?
I don't even hear my thoughts.
Pull up to the shop. But no, that's where I connected. You know, I developed a relationship with my ancestors, which was very easy for me because I walked in life with my ancestors who I reached out to immediately, you know, on this journey. I walked life with them, so I knew them. You know, this is like my granny, my grandma, my great-grandma. Yeah, I know them, you know, and they know me very well. So I was able to connect with them. And then, you know, through them, the spirit of our ancestors, you know, that is what brings us to everything else.
See, yep. I don't know my grandpa. You know your grandpa? I don't know my grandpa. I know my granny and all that, but I don't know my, I don't know my grandpa.
I know my grandpa. I never met my great grandfather. No, but I did. I did know my
grandfather and my great grandfather.
Like the person I thought was my grandpa wasn't my granny's.
I mean, it's very common. It's very common with us. You know what I mean? It's very common. I feel like that's all a part of, like, you know, the disconnect that we have with each other, you know, with our bloodlines. You know, there's major disconnect. There's trauma. You know, there's major trauma there.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you said that, like, I would start thinking, like, I don't know my grandpa.
Yeah, like, it's so great. But that was, you know, that's definitely by design. You know what I mean? Like, this was the plan.
I went to my grandpa's funeral. And my
But
name
you
was in
didn't
the
know him?
obituary, and I was weirded out.
You didn't know
Because
him
your
at
name
all?
was in
Yeah,
there?
because it was in there. My name was in there. Like, yeah, you're like Desmond, and I was like,
You never knew him?
I never knew him.
Never met him. And went to the funeral.
Yeah, and it was kind of
See,
weird to
that's
me. Like,
crazy.
how did they even know that? You feel me?
Mhm.
I was just weird. Like, he never even knew me. Why they put my name in here?
That's
like,
crazy.
But
You
then,
was great because you was grand.
Yes,
Yeah,
your
I
name
realized
has to go
that.
in there. Like,
I didn't know him though. Like,
they gonna put your name in there.
yeah,
Period.
I felt so out of place at the funeral.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, like out of place.
You shouldn't have.
Why?
Your name was in the obituary.
Huh?
Why?
You were supposed
I
to be
don't
there.
know. I don't know.
Who did you go to the funeral with?
My dad and all
Okay.
them, but I barely know him.
And it was your dad's dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I barely know him. Like, you heard all
You
the
had to
stories.
go to the
was
funeral,
looking
though.
like,
You had to go to the funeral.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So you talked about being a doula. Can
Mhm.
you explain to the world what a doula is?
Yeah, absolutely. A doula is a European term. So some birth workers don't like to use the term doula because it is a European term. I use doula because, even though,
Sound cool.
I mean, it's whatever. I like birth worker, but I mean,
Birth worker,
doula,
better
I
than
feel like it's more common. I say that off the strength of conversation. Like, I hate losing people in conversation, So doula is like more common, even though folks be like, oh, they don't know what a doula is either. They can Google it.
Yeah.
You do Google birth worker, I don't know. So anyway, doula, a doula
Birth worker
is
seem like a job.
birth worker. I feel like
Right,
it
birth
is a
work.
job.
I know it's
work.
a job, but doula
It's
sounds
birth
cooler.
work. No, it doesn't.
It does.
That's European. You must got some
Exactly.
European in your blood.
I'm light skinned. You never know. It sound good. I wouldn't have thought that doula came from European at all.
Yeah, just the term itself, not not the work itself. The work,
No, yeah, the work. I'm talking
yeah.
about just the name.
Yeah. But yeah, so we support pregnant women and families during their childbirth journey. So that is like spiritually, physically, emotionally. I love being a doula because each doula has like their own practice, like their own way of doing things.
Okay.
What we all have in common is like the support of the mother and the family. So we're just there to support. So for me, my service looks like Reiki. I like to do Reiki sessions, which is like energy healing. I like my sister Tracy. She's the in-house reader, so she reads the cards. You know,
So y'all have your own separate
on specialties.
Yeah,
your
we
own
have our
special
specialties
moves.
for sure. We have
Yeah.
our own offerings. You know what I mean? Different services we offer, but for me at least, it doesn't look like you're not going to get the same experience with me. Each mom is going to get a different experience because each
Right.
mom is different.
Yeah,
you know what I
sure.
mean?
Different
Like,
personalities and different
period. And I'm just trying to meet the mom where she is. Like, and then some moms, take advantage of my support, and some are kind of like, they don't really know what a doula is. So it's like, they don't really know,
What's going on.
how
This
far
is-
we could take this,
Yeah,
right.
But, so yeah, we support. So, ideally you want to get a doula as soon as possible when you find out you're pregnant. And I like to explain it as like your homegirl who just so happens to know a lot about pregnancy and childbirth. So we're friends. Like,
Yeah.
it's not nothing. Like, I'm your friend. You could call me if you have a question. If you need recommendations, I'm like a resource, you know what I mean? Like, for the pregnant mom. Now, during the journey, we talk about birth plans, we go over like childbirth education, we talk about lactation, for moms who choose to breastfeed. We talk about birthing plans. How do you want to birth your baby? In the hospital, Black women are 4 times more likely to die, excuse me, while giving birth. And that's just simply because of negligence. Like, they're not listening to Black mamas. They're not paying attention to Black moms at all, So we're neglected in these spaces, and, our families are the ones who, have to deal with that. You know what I mean? So I try to support. I'm like an advocate. I pull up. If you want something a certain kind of way, I'm making sure you have it that way. You know what I mean? You're birthing, you're in a hospital and you have the right to birth the way you want to birth.
Yeah,
So
feel the comfortable as you need to feel.
period. And I'm there to advocate for you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about anything other than what you want to happen. Even my opinion doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like, some moms, like, I don't care what you do. You know what I mean? Like, it's your birth.
Yeah.
So I'm just there to advocate to make sure moms birth the way that they want to birth. And then after the birth, we move into this postpartum phase that is just very tender. And this is where we heal, you know what I mean, from what just happened. So I'm pulling up. I like to cook for my clients. I like to do like foot strokes.
Yeah.
I like to do belly massages, and I like to just sit and talk, hold the baby, whatever. So that's what it looks like. Just somebody who comes and helps support somebody who's not a part of the family, because sometimes the family thing can be like a chore.
Like
you know what I mean? So it's like you don't want to like I need something, but Tam got 5 kids. I don't want to ask her. You know what I mean? But it's like a doula is like this is your person. This is somebody here to
help you out.
Period. And then moving forward, the healing with the doula and the relationship you build with your doula, I feel like that trumps everything. Like during the journey. So I love it.
So have you had bad experiences being a doula?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Like what kind of experiences?
Just like blatant like abuse and neglect and racism in the hospital settings. You know what I mean? Like I've left out of births and like literally cried like in the car before I even got on the freeway. You know what I mean? Because it's just like sad.
Every time I feel like they just ask them too many questions at the time.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It's a lot going on.
You really have to.
It's definitely a lot going on. Yeah. But I try to make the best of it for my moms, because like even though I know what to expect, they don't. You know what I mean?
Because they don't let that many people in the hospital no more.
No, they don't. Corona really locked it down. It was really hard for birth workers to get in the hospitals during Corona. It was very, very hard. So it was like the moms didn't have anybody, and this is
hard for me to get in there.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's like,
hard for me to get in
they
there.
were literally alone, which is, obviously when, they're the most vulnerable. Like you're leaving them alone during this vulnerable time. So that is like fear. Okay, so that's like stress. So that like manifests as like, high blood pressure and heart rates is rising and all this, because it's like mom is scared. She's stressed out. Like she's uncomfortable.
Really, because I hate the hospital. It's real uncomfortable.
It's very uncomfortable.
Everything's sucking.
It's but some people, home birth is an option, right? So like you can birth at home, but it's like how many Black folks have access to home births, right? Because the insurance companies are not paying for home births. You have to pay for home births out of pocket. And, for somebody like me who has like 5 kids, you know what I mean? Like to pay another $6,000, you know what I mean? If I, for a home birth, it's like crazy. It's like out of pocket, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's doable. You could do it, you know what I mean? But it really takes like, you know what I mean? Your effort. You got it. It's not as easy as having a baby in a hospital. You know what I mean? So that's that. It's the money, you know what I mean? It's the price associated with having a baby at home, you know what I mean? This is why like Black folks don't have access to midwifery and doula services, you know what I mean? It's literally, a cost. This is why you never heard of doula, because it costs money. You know what I mean? Like we're not talking about it. Like, it's not an option.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's ways to, raise money for a doula. You know what I mean? Like there's crowdfunding. You can raise money for people do like diaper raffles. You can do like, things for folks to donate to your doula. They have organizations that are like, sponsoring and like, giving out grants for services and things like that. But anyway, even with all this going on, you know what I mean? It's just not enough. You know what I mean? Like we need to do more, there's more to do. Like everybody doesn't. Yeah, it's like, but then like, okay, so then there's women who don't want to have a home birth. If they had access to it, they don't want to have a home birth. They want to have a baby in the hospital. You know what I mean? And that's totally their right.
Because like,
right.
That's was the norm, right?
Yeah, I mean, whatever the reason is, they want to have a baby at the hospital. They feel safe at the hospital. They don't feel safe at home.
True.
They want doctors and they want staff on and they want, whatever they want to do. It's whatever. They just need to be safe. They deserve,
to be safe at
to
this
be
time,
heard. Yeah, like, and not to be neglected. Simply they just are trying to have a baby. That's
to be
it.
heard.
Right.
So that's a lot of what doulas do. We advocate, good doulas advocate. I don't know. It's pretty much
That's
like
crazy
what
to be
you
a
have
bad
to do.
doula, right? That'd be crazy because you're supposed to be like.
Well, I wouldn't say like, I don't know. I'm not gonna go there.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna go there. You're trying to.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you have that?
That's
I'm not going there.
That's like an option, right? That's like a choice. Like, this is what I want to do. How can you like?
But that is like being a teacher. Like, it's a choice, but it's just bad teachers.
Well, there is, like doulas, like I said, because it is your practice, you can make it how you want to make it. You can do what you want to do.
You might fit that person.
It might. I mean, people do what makes money. You know what I mean? Like, so they could be doing the work for the money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can, you can market it and you can get, clients to pay. I mean, there is a market for it. You know what I mean? So, you can make good money and you can do your own thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's yours. You can set your own hours.
I forgot about the big monkey in the room.
Yeah, the money.
Money.
There's space there. There's people who could afford doulas, absolutely. And then there's,
people probably want to be around too because they got the money. If you could afford a doula, $6,000? If you could,
well, that's the midwife, the doula. I mean, but shoot, they got doulas who I heard. I mean, we ain't going into that.
Yeah, we not going. We ain't pocket watching.
I heard it gets expensive.
It's
you know what I
crazy
mean?
though, because it has to be. Tell me how popular of a field being a doula is, because I've never heard of it until actually
especially
hearing
now,
from
right?
you.
Especially now, because it seems like not even like that's like the spiritual is like kind of
right.
in right now. Not to say it's like a fad.
Right.
You know what I mean? More people are trying.
I mean, it's a fad.
Yeah, okay,
We can say
thank
it.
you. You said
It is a fad.
I'd rather you say
it.
it.
Is absolutely. It's a fad.
More people are into it now. You feel me? Especially the females and everything.
Right.
So it is a vulnerable time that you can.
It is.
You can get a lot of people.
Yeah.
It is.
With the fake energy and all that.
It is. It is. It's
crazy.
very vulnerable
Not to cut
space.
you off, because I didn't even know she was a doula for my cousin and his baby moms. Yeah. I had no idea, bro.
She did, right? He hit me, and I'm looking like, I want to talk about motherhood. So I click it.
Mother's Day.
I'm looking at your page like she does so much. You just want to talk about motherhood. Like, I have nothing to say about motherhood.
I was excited to talk about the mamas. I love the mamas.
what I'm saying?
I love the moms too. But
No,
what can we
ready to
say?
talk
Like,
about
you better
moms.
not say
it's
nothing
Mother's Day.
objective.
We got to give them their flowers.
You better not say nothing objective. You know
That's
how you
so
are.
funny. That's funny. I mean, you wouldn't know. I guess you wouldn't know unless I wasn't part of your experience, or unless I was because you know what, doula work is very silent work. You know what I mean? It's very personal. You feel me? Like the things that me and my clients talk about and the things that we do together and the things that I experience with them, you know what I mean? I'm literally with them when they're like, bare, wide open, you exposed, like the baby's coming out, period.
Right,
and they're trusted, you know what I mean? Like, so there is definitely a sacredness about it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, a lot of clients you probably wouldn't know about unless, I mean, I do like to post like little testimonials and stuff, pictures with permission from my clients.
Yeah.
But it's a very silent work. Honestly, it's a very humbling work, because it's like how I get in the car after a birth and I could just break down in tears. I also have to give thanks because what would have happened if I wasn't there?
Yeah.
Right?
You know what I mean? Like I saw what happened when I was there. Like,
no, that's the crazy
reckless.
part.
Yeah.
And the thing is that you're also a woman, so from our eyes, we wouldn't understand what you're talking about, how they're talking, how you would feel, because we'd be like, it's normal.
Yeah.
Until you be like, nah, she was talking to me crazy.
Yes.
We wouldn't know.
Nobody would know.
Nobody would know.
Somebody, people are like,
Exactly.
you're just laying there being abused. Your partner's being abused, and you guys don't even know.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't know.
It's so rude.
Only time I felt weird when they kept trying to force like the new shot on the baby. Like,
And it's like if I
I
say
have to
no
like
once,
back
that's
up. Like,
it. All you have to do is say no once, and I feel like that should be good enough.
But they come back it seems like they send a new nurse with a new
they do.
way
They
to
sometimes
ask.
come in like with a team of people. Sometimes I've seen them come to address, to talk to a mom about something she's refused with a team, like 6 doctors, a majority of them are men, coming in basically like giving her a medical recommendation that she does not agree with. And I just sat there and watched that mom, like, because I'm the doula, right? So I don't really talk to the medical staff. I'm not medical. Okay, so I'm not, really, that's out of my scope. I'm not talking to them about any diagnosis. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just there to support you. You are there to birth. Yeah, I'm gonna advocate for you. I'm gonna make sure you understand what the doctor is saying so that you can consent. You know what I mean? Like, whatever, after you understand, then you make a decision. I don't make decisions for you. And even a lot of times my clients want to ask my opinion about like vaccines and things like that, especially in a delivery room after we've already talked about it. But, it's like they want to know. And it's just like, now's not the time for me. It's, what is,
I wasn't with it. I'm in there. Nope.
Well, yeah, and it's just like your decision, you know what I mean? And it's not really not for me, you know what I mean? It's really, it's for me to prepare my clients to make these decisions, give them the information they need and, you know what I mean, the facts and the evidence and things like that. So anyway, like I seen them pull up on a mom, like, she's birthing alone, just me and her. Okay, and she's refusing this, she's refusing that. She don't even want no IV. She don't want no IV. She don't want epidural. She don't nothing. She just want a birth.
Will's powerful,
everything.
Strong. Yeah.
I mean, not even an IV.
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Like she didn't want anything, and they came in, and they came in, and they came in, and she birthed that baby, and I sat there and I watched that. And I witnessed that. You know what I mean? How strong she was.
Yeah.
What? Oh my God. It's nothing like a birth high. Goodbye, Dede. Goodbye.
Like a strong woman, man.
This motherfucker. No, but it's just crazy. Like, there's nothing like a birth high. You know, like I always leave the birth like high, like because there's just so much energy in the space, like when women birth. It's crazy. So anyway, this is the kind of stuff that I see like every day. This is the kind of stuff that I do in my life. Like in the middle of the night when everybody's sleeping. You know what I mean? So it's like so powerful.
That's big, man.
Yeah, it's huge. I love it.
So like
I love it.
with that, like, you pretty much on call being a doula. Does that affect
I knew what I want. No, I'm just kidding.
Does that affect how your household is ran and how it moves and everything?
No, it does for sure. It does for sure because like, well, for one, I choose my, clients and like I get to, they have dates. So I get to say like, okay, I'll take the, you do this date. Okay, I could do that. I could do that. So I don't have to take too much. I don't have to put too much on myself. You know what I mean? Like nobody's making me take clients.
Right.
Right. So I kind of just do it, especially because, I'm also postpartum. My baby just turned 1. So when we went back into work, when I went back to like the store, like building the store and all that, that was like postpartum. Like mama's was like 6 months, so it's still a soft time for me, right now. Yeah. So I do what I can, you know what I mean? Like I only take referrals through referrals like word of mouth or by walk-in if you walk in the store. Yeah. My services are not advertised on the website, and that's just because there's only one me. You know what I mean? So I like to save myself for people who like can reach out and touch me. You know what I mean? Like for the community. Yeah. You know what I mean? For like the, I don't want to be like accessible to all. Right. But I do plan on having a doula training because we definitely need more doulas. So I definitely plan on having a doula training in the summertime and training as many doulas as we can over the course of however long. You know what I mean? And putting more doulas into the community. That's something that I can offer because a lot of people ask about it. A lot of people are interested in it. Could be a fad, like you said, but could be not. Let's entertain it. You know what I mean? So I think the fad thing is, it's an aesthetic. It looks good. It's cool. It's a vibe or whatever. But also you have to keep in mind we've gone through like this mass awakening also.
Yeah, I think people are just turned off by the religion thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know what I mean? I feel like it's just that time. You know what I mean? So it's like there are definitely some people who are going to
every time because my girl's kind of into it, and when she do her little positive, it's I don't know no negative to it. I don't know I feel like every time I see it, it's people trying to do positive. So
and it feels good. Yeah. You can feel it. You can feel it in your home. You know what I mean? You could, if you just really take time to feel, like that's what it is, energy that we're talking about. Like
definitely.
So
energy, right? Energy. Because people y'all go off energy a lot, but I don't know. I don't really other people's energies don't affect me though.
That's good. That's amazing.
I mean,
that's beautiful.
I feel like I set the energy. Like, you feel me? Like, it don't matter how your energy is, I'm gonna turn the energy around.
And you do. You absolutely.
If you got control of your energy, can't nobody, really affect you.
I will never walk on eggshells for nobody, but I know people that don't know how to. You know what I mean? I know how to decipher people's energy real fast and all that, but I couldn't tell because I'm gonna come in who I am. I couldn't tell.
You couldn't tell if somebody's energy was off? Really?
I could definitely see that shit.
I'm not gonna lie.
I can feel it.
You be telling me you fine and the house burning down.
That's good though. I mean, that's like that's good. That's a good energy you have. You know what I mean?
Like you doing good the whole time.
I like that. It's like very childlike. That's a childlike energy. You know what I mean? It's a lot of joy there.
Yeah, like zodiac signs.
Or unless you just don't
What's your sign?
care to really.
A Leo? Yeah. Okay, I don't really know too many Leos.
L gang.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what's up. So I'm glad you was talking about the community. So tell me how important it is for you to bring this to the community.
Well, we already here.
Yeah, hey.
We didn't brought it already.
Come on.
No, it's very important.
It up completely for the community.
It's really important for me. Okay, so I'm from Long Beach. I'm from the north side of Long Beach.
I'm from the north side of Long Beach.
So,
that's
let's do it.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's very, it's sacred. Like I was Okay, so I'm from the north side. My mom got married to my dad when we were, I want to say, I was maybe like 13. And at that time, we moved to Paris, California, which is in the Inland Empire.
Okay.
And that's where I finished school and joined the Navy out of Moreno Valley. So then I was in the military for a little while.
How was that, being a female in the military?
Oh my God, it was so toxic. It was very toxic.
Man.
It was very toxic, but you know what? I needed that.
How long did you
Right.
serve?
I really
need to
needed
be
that.
around
Yeah,
that.
I had to, yeah.
Be
How long
around
did
the
you
world.
serve for?
8 years. I did 8 years.
Damn, you did 8 years too?
I did. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you
Learned so much
one of
about
them
men,
tough
huh?
ones.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's, you
We-
know,
we
the
suck, huh?
military was,
We-
it's not even like, it's whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like that, as far as like the men, it's just like, it was the racism for me.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
what
I mean,
everybody
obviously, like, you know, the men, obviously, but, you know, whatever.
All
like,
the
men
higher
are-
uppies are white.
Yeah,
but
they're
then you
like-
look at all of us. It's us in the military.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but even the higher ups, you know, like they have,
They booed
the
up as
military is
too.
very clicked up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's black and white, and then it's like clicked up. Everybody has like their cliques. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, you know, the Filipinos have a clique. You know what I mean? Like the Jamaicans have a clique. You know what I mean? The Africans have a clique. You know, everybody's clicked up. The Pacific Islanders have a
Boy, you
clique.
can't. Ain't nothing like
So-
America creating gangs. Son.
Yeah, like it's
nothing like us, baby.
so it's very clicked up, and you know, like everybody pretty much look out for each other, you know, and then it's us who don't look out for each other because nobody taught us how to look out for each other. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's pretty bad. I mean, I'm thankful for my experience in the military.
Yeah.
You know, like there's definitely a lot of healing that came from it. I feel like my life is an example of the healing that took place after I got out. But I'm at peace with it. I'm
Yeah.
at peace. Yeah, absolutely. There definitely came a healing. If I was still in, I don't think I would be in the same energy.
Okay.
You know, it really took for me. That was the rock bottom. You know, when I got out, you know, I was used to making X amount of dollars.
Yeah.
I'm a single mom, but I've been in the military since I was 17.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm used to having a salary.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And then like I'm very young, you know what I mean? Into, you know, having
Getting
nothing.
nice money. Very
Yeah,
young.
you
so
know,
I
very
know what
young
you mean.
and, you know, cool. It was cool for me, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then just, you know, getting out, you know, moving to, I stayed with my sister for a little while, my older sister. And then I moved to Louisiana with my dad and then kind of trusting that, like, okay, this will be, and then that bullshit happened. So yeah, it was just like a rock bottom. And I feel like I just really, that's when all the trauma started coming up. That's when I realized like,
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
do something about this.
Okay.
hmm
That's my greatest fear. I don't want to let down my daughters.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it seemed like what goes on is you hear stories, a lot of females just got let down.
Yeah,
Like, they
absolutely.
didn't get protected right.
Yeah, exactly. Period. Yeah, don't do that. I mean, you won't. You know
I'm
what I
not-
mean? Like,
I don't give a
yeah,
fuck
like
what's going
it's a choice. You feel me? It's all a choice, and that's what I realized. And I'm, you know, like all things are a choice.
Yeah.
You know, so
So all right. So speaking of energy, because
Mm.
I'm a real strong believer in energy. Like I believe in
Make sure the
what
energy
you
right.
give. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? That shit gonna come back regardless of whatever. But when you talk about the energy,
don't know about that.
spiritual.
Because some of the most like wealthy people are evil. Like some of them, it's like
Yeah,
like,
but
you know,
I mean,
they-
it don't
oh,
have
see,
to
this
be
is
right.
what-
yeah,
there.
but it's like, what do you
This is
really
my
think about
thing.
life?
no, I mean, like it's not even that. It's like, you know, the wealthiest
even know that many
people
good people
in the
top.
evilness and all that. It's like, you know, like this is energy we're talking about, negative or positive.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, they can feed their negative energies like we feed the positive ones. You know, the shit is gonna manifest. But it's the root. It's the source of the energy. Where do they get, what's the source of it? You know what I mean? And that's what the darkness. You know what I mean? Like the source of my energy is light. You know what I mean? Like I'm, you know, it's in love. It's rooted in love. It's not evil. You know what I
Really?
mean? So the dark energy, this is how they're rich and they look like they have everything. They feeding it. They
Yeah.
feeding the energy. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Feed the dark energy if you want to. You can have all that too.
Right.
I don't know how.
No, why would you?
So hold on. We talking about. All right.
But if you did, if you
I
knew
don't
how,
know. I don't know.
if you knew how, and this is when we get into like, you know, this, you know, when folks, I use this term like selling your soul. You know what I mean? Like, what is it worth? You know what I mean? Like, you want something so bad, what is it worth? You willing to do anything for it?
No, I don't
on.
know. But I
Not
don't know.
sell my soul.
But you don't know what
well,
selling
you know,
your soul does.
quote,
you know what I mean?
quote, you know,
Quote.
selling your soul, meaning, you know what I mean? Meaning,
Like
you know,
doing something like being a part. Like to me, selling my
Meaning-
soul is being a part of something that's against my morals.
beliefs.
Like,
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Like,
For whatever. You know what I mean? Like if we're not talking like to save the life of your loved one. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you get, okay, so here's $1 million.
$1
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, and money is, oh my God, money is so fake anyway.
She comes in cycles.
It's so fake. It's just not even real, literally.
I've already been blessed with the money gene, you feel me? It comes in abundance.
I mean, yeah, we are. We are. It's our birthright.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, it
in
literally
abundance,
is. It is. It's our birthright. We are born into abundance. We
Yeah,
are
you
born
feel me?
into prosperity.
Yeah.
You know, we forget that the older we get, you know, how blessed we are. This is why the children are so sacred. You know, the children are the closest to spirit. You know what I mean? Like when they're, you know, doing them, creating and living and laughing and like, you know, that's spirit. Like, so.
That's most definitely. So
I'm feeling the
my
pain.
question
The
is,
champagne hitting me. I'm flowing now.
It's Mother's Day. Do your thing.
Period. Period. Okay, first of all, let me just comment because I caught this, y'all. This is sad that Daddy didn't know what I do because he's literally.
Listen, you can't
Hold on,
listen to
Daddy.
them.
He's literally
I got a text message.
one of my man's closest friends
Yeah.
in the world.
I'm the one who had to say something. I was like, hold on.
He's
I said, she's single. Then I look at the page. I'm like, nigga, is this Jerome?
And you didn't even know what I
You gotta
did.
holler at Jerome then.
Yeah, because he don't talk.
Yeah, you see.
don't
But that's
talk.
wrong. Rome don't
He
talk.
don't
We
talk
know
about
who he is.
nothing.
We know who
But see,
Rome
I
is.
knew.
Does Jerome even know what I do?
Listen.
We got to let him
I
watch
knew.
this.
I knew what you did.
I thought he was gonna cuff
but-
with like Rome. on the side of the camera.
No. Let me say this. I know what you did, but to a degree.
Right.
You feel me?
No,
I
I
don't
get
know
it.
how deep
I knew it.
it or whatever like that.
And then it's not. And then it's like, here's the thing about the doula and the birth worker. Once you find one, you find them all. It's like a community of us, but it's kind of hard to find the community. But once you find one of them, you know, we know other birth workers,
right.
and there's other,
Right.
you know.
Because he told me, he was like, yeah, she did Louisiana and all. I'm like, oh, she know voodoo?
Voodoo's a religion.
Is it?
Voodoo is a religion.
Thank you. That's why I wanted to know, right? It's a religion, right?
Yeah, voodoo's a religion.
You don't practice voodoo.
I'm not into religion.
Okay, that's why.
She just-
No religion.
No religion. I
That's
feel
what's
it. I feel the same way. No
what's up.
religion.
So tell me how these yeah, I'm the same way too. Tell me how these natural herbs and things like that can really be a positive effect on people. that
Okay,
you
so
offer in your shop.
Okay, so give me an example. Like if someone, okay, so let's talk about this bath I have, right?
Mhm.
It's called a divine detox.
Okay.
So I like to talk about the divine detox because everybody be like, oh yeah, we need that. Because everybody need it. It's a detox, right? Okay, so the divine detox is used to remove the things that no longer serve you, both known and unknown. So what I'm using in this bath is like salt, heavy salt. I use a lot of salt. I like to use Dead Sea salt, pink Himalayan salt, Epsom salt, whatever kind of salts, but heavy salts when you're cleansing, right? So I use a Dead Sea salt or something. And then I use herbs that coincide with detoxing. So I'm using these herbs, and then I use essential oils that coincide with the detox. So the intention is, and then of course I pray over it, and we do that. We include the magic in it. But I tell folks,
What's the magic?
The magic is the intention.
Yeah.
The magic is the prayer.
Okay.
You know, the magic is that's it. The magic is in knowing like what I say will be done.
Yeah,
because that's how powerful I am.
Because you gotta know, this is like mostly man watch this, so we're not talking about hocus pocus.
No, it's like it's your intention. So it's your intentions, right?
Dumbass niggas.
You know what I mean? Like, we can't talk about hocus pocus.
We're talking about real life magic.
I forgot we was on the
manifesting.
Dad's podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So this is just the power of your mind. You know, we're talking. So the tools that we sell. Well, let me get back to the detox. So the detox, you would use it in a bath. You would set your intentions, meaning like you would go into the bath to remove the things that no longer serve you, both known and unknown.
Mm-hmm.
The importance of like cleaning your vessel is the energy. You feel me? Like the energy. We know energy is never lost or destroyed, right? It's just transmuted from one thing to the next. So you have to know that like, even though you can't see this energy, this is how you could feel the energies. When you somewhere you could feel like something's off, like it's the energy, it's their aura. You know what I mean? It's almost like a smell.
Mhm.
You can like smell them, like, you know, so you need to cleanse. You know, folks need to cleanse. So this is a cleanse. You take a bath, you remove the things that no longer serve you. When you get out of the bath, you're gonna feel good. But I tell people to pay attention to how you feel. That's the magic. Magic cannot be explained. It just is. I can't,
like
when you
that.
do it, you
I like
know,
that.
you can't, you just have to do it. Just do it. And then once you do it, you know, things start to come into fruition. things start to come to you. You start to get signs. You start to get ideas. You start to get creative. That's magic. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's it. That's what it is. And it's like you can't explain.
And
I'm
glad you said you
There's
can't
no
explain.
That sound like it's God to me.
It's God.
You ask me.
Period.
Yeah. That's what God sound like, man.
And that's the power of, it's the power that we have. You know what I mean? It's the power that we have within ourselves to do magical things. Like
the power of the tongue, you feel me?
Very much so. But it's definitely it's very much like a mindfulness.
Yeah, you gotta believe.
You know what I mean? You definitely have to believe it. Like I tell people when they come to the shop, none of this stuff is gonna work if you don't believe it works. Period. So it's not, there we go. You have to believe it, and you have to be open. That's it. Even with Reiki. Reiki is like energy healing. So Black folks would.
What is Reiki?
Reiki. So Black folks would call it like healing of the hands. How we use our hands to heal. When you was maybe in church and, the mothers would come and like, touch. No, did you go to church? Was you raised in church?
No.
Okay. Were you?
I know what you're talking
okay,
about.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
It's
Put
okay.
a hand on your head. And,
Yeah, exactly. It's the healing of the hands, right? But the hands really have the power to heal, right? So this is the Reiki. So but the only thing is the person who you are performing the Reiki on has to be open to receiving it. Period.
Okay.
So I tell people in the session, the only thing you gotta do is lay here and be open to receiving it. You know what I mean? Because if they're not open to receiving my hands, period. And you just let energy flow.
Yeah.
So all these things, like I said, like we could talk about them, but it's like, it's nothing we can explain. It's just something that you have to do and something you have to feel.
So you already got to come in believing that you're ready to even.
Or not. You don't
this.
even have to be like sold on anything. You know what I mean? I like to tell people, test your magic. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I started off by like setting my subconscious by like, I told myself one night, and I smoke a lot of marijuana, right? So I told myself, I got 5 kids. So I told myself one night, like, you're going to wake up at 4 a.m., just to test my magic, just to see, even though, I know I smoke before bed, and sometimes, you miss the alarm because you sleep. And I'm like, let me test my magic by telling myself, you're going to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I did that, and I went to sleep, and guess what time I woke up?
4 o'clock in the morning.
It was like 3:58. It was like 3:58, and I woke up and I looked, and that was like, okay, I went back to sleep, but that's how I knew I was onto something. Like I knew, and I couldn't explain that to nobody. I couldn't explain that to Jerome. You know what I mean? Like he's like, okay, it was not even to y'all. It might not seem like a big deal, but I know what I told myself. You know what I mean?
By you knowing yourself.
Period. That's what it's about. Like the spiritual journey is personal. My magic don't look like y'all magic. Y'all, we don't have the same gifts. You know what I mean? Like we're different.
I really wish I could just like. I always thought that was magic.
Oh, like abracadabra magic.
Illusion. Yeah,
abracadabra magic. Yeah.
But that's the real magic. That's what I'm saying.
But
that's why people try to make it as a joke because everybody think it's that. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah. You saw the hocus pocus magic, but there is some truth in some of that stuff. Like maybe not like beepity boop, but there's times where I'm thinking to myself like, damn, I need this, and then Jerome will walk in the house with it. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Jerome,
period. Like, and it's just like, you didn't even, like, what? It's magic. You know what I mean? Like, literally, I could be like, oh, I need to blase. You know what I mean? And then that person will call or whatever. That happens
a lot, too. That's why I don't think of people.
Yeah, that's my magic. That's your magic.
I don't think of people.
That's your magic. That's your magic right there. So it's like, once you start to look for the magic in things, it'll show itself. It'll reveal itself to you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like the communication and the relationship with spirit and with your ancestors, it doesn't come if you don't work on it. You know what I mean? It needs to. You have to work on it. It's not, and this is why it's probably so far fetched because people want they come in. Not really. People really don't come into the shop. They could leave happy. But anyway, I can imagine how, folks will, they think that it's like an overnight. Well, I guess we have had a couple people who they want it to be an overnight quick fix. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, okay, I'm going to burn this candle. Let me come get a money candle. I need to come get a money candle. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so they come get a money candle. They get money. The money comes. It does. And then
it's just fall off of it.
It's like, the money will come, but you need, I recommend being specific. How you want your money to come. You know what I mean?
Bulk.
And then it's like
I like my shit in bulk.
Here's by the pound. Drop it off.
Oh yeah, big long chunk of money, please.
So so I encourage folks, don't focus on the money. Yeah. Focus on what you want. right? Because there's some times, and this is I learned this. You know what I mean? Like this is I had to learn this too.
Podcast.
You have to focus on your focus on your
come.
like because if you for anytime you wanted a certain amount of dollar, didn't you get it? Like anytime you get it, and then what do you do with it? I mean, it's
Come on, man. They call me blow the bag
you get
dance, man.
That's why you shouldn't ask. The money gonna come. Don't ask for money. Ask for what you want. What you gonna do with the money?
That's why I told people this is coming in abundance for me, man. This is already written.
Period.
Right.
Period. So ask for do it. So what are you gonna do with the money? I'm not gonna just be sitting on all this money. That's just not me. You know what I mean? I want to build. You know, I want to build community. Sure. I want to build. You know, I want to build houses and you know what I mean, estates and all the things. You know what I mean? So it's like that's what I asked for.
Yeah, scared money don't make no money no way.
No, you have to keep it in flow. You gotta flow it. You gotta flow. You have to keep it in flow. It's a money flow.
That's for sure.
That's
for sure.
Bad, right?
Mm-hmm. So, do you have any events, anything special that you might have for the community at Divine Entwine? Can you let the people know where Divine Entwine can be found at in Long Beach?
So we're at 2501 East Anaheim Street in the city of Long Beach, and we are there Tuesday through Saturday from 12 to 6. We're closed Sundays and Mondays. We don't have anything, I don't have a date for anything just yet, but we are going to be having that doula training that we talked about. It's going to be a doula training. It's going to be like a 4-day intensive training, and we're going to go through all of the things, you know, and it's going to be super healing.
Yeah,
so
just come to the shop and get you know get yourself together.
You're right.
Yeah. So they're gonna so we're gonna have our doula training, and then from there, you know, we have a couple like doulas and birth workers and even like spiritual practitioners in the community who've come in and introduce themselves, and you know they got stuff they got going on. You know what I mean? They need space. You know what I mean? They have things that they want to do, and you know, Spirit has blessed us with this big space. So it's like, I mean, we have like 2,000 square feet. Yeah, it's huge. So you know, it's definitely going to be a space where folks can come in and kind of chill and kind of just get their minds right. We kind of make ourselves available to that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Like, because I know my friends are always like, oh my God, Tam, how do you deal with everybody, like, you know, dumping? And it's like boundaries, healthy boundaries, you know what I mean? Like, when I'm at work from 12 to 6. And when I'm with my family, I'm with my family. And I love doing this shit. I really do. Like, I'm so sad. It's
it
just
ain't even like work.
It's really not, because it's like when you see just by like conversating, especially because, you know, obviously we get a lot of women. Obviously we get a lot of Black women. Period. And you know, we are so magical, you know, the Black woman, period. So just even period. So just when they show up, you know, when we are in that space and we're all talking, we might dance and we might whatever, you know, the energy is like powerful. And I feel like people who come in, they leave with a plan. You know what I mean? They leave knowing how powerful they are, who they are, and where they come from. You know, and they leave knowing they have support, like right here on the East Side, whenever you need us. Yeah. You feel me? So we definitely want to make ourselves available to the community, you know.
Can a man come down there and get support?
Period. We got people who come down. I have like my dads, right? Because
Roman there, right?
Yeah.
Roman there doing
he
be pulling up. He be pulling up or whatever, you know.
My boy went down there one time.
Who?
My boy Tony.
Oh yeah, Tony pulls up.
Yeah.
Tony pulls up. Yeah, Joe pulls up. We are totally available, like, to the men. It could be a vulnerable space for men, but you know, the love that we have for the men, I think is so genuine, and I think that they feel that.
We feel that though. We need to feel vulnerable.
We're gonna pull up, Des. We gotta pull up. We're pulling up.
Y'all gonna get a reading?
What's
a card reading?
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm scared.
Like,
Tracy does the cards.
Man, Tracy,
what are you scared
of? Love for you.
Man, I want everything to come to me to be surprised.
No, it's to see. You see? Why do you see? You see how y'all? You see what y'all think?
Yes.
What do y'all think?
Yes. You see what we did?
What do you think she gonna tell you? What? You think she gonna tell you when you gonna die?
No.
She not.
She gonna be like, "You're a fucked up prat."
No, she's not.
Nigga don't want to hear that shit. I know that. Be quiet. Of course now.
She's not gonna tell you nothing you don't already know. Okay, exactly. We're gonna leave it at that.
Think about it. I know me. I don't want to.
All right, she don't gotta. Okay, you know, you gotta do it when you're ready anyway. The cards can be a little tricky.
Yeah, smoke some good doty.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
have fun.
Y'all should come down for sure. And then you know,
I'll get a reading.
You should.
I'm gonna get a reading
when you're open to it.
Yeah.
For sure.
It could be life changing.
Yeah. Our other partner was supposed to come. That's why he didn't come. He got so spooked out.
Shut up. You a liar.
You know up there saying he voluntarily like, you'll get
Who?
Yeah, what's gonna tell you bring the cars, everything, drip.
Verdo's
Drip was not scared.
But why you not where you at?
Nigga under the table.
Drips is my brother. Drips is not scared.
We gonna take it to that.
That is so funny. Ain't nothing to be scared of. It's nothing to be scared of.
We scared of that. Man is scared. I don't know why most.
Why,
men
though?
I don't know.
You should ask yourself.
I am right now. Every time. Like, why do I not?
But it's okay. You know, whatever. It's all right.
Why do I not want to? Do I not want to? You know what I'm saying? Believe it.
I mean,
I don't know.
You feel me?
It's just it's very real.
I
It could get real.
Exactly.
But you know, I think a lot of us.
How real do I want
really
to
real.
Like, you feel me? Like, don't.
You could be, you know, that's just, I feel like maybe you just stopping yourself. From,
leaving out that
know,
bitch. I'll be leaving out
stopping
your
yourself
story.
from all the great
Torn.
things.
True.
You know what I mean? Because you know what you're capable of. The real you know, your spirit knows what you're capable of. So there's like two sides of us. You
What
know?
my spirit boo boo though? Like this thing ain't nothing but a couch
doubt it.
potato, and I'm fighting for shit.
I don't think so.
Okay, so
Because the
let me
spirit
ask
be
you
the
this.
best thing.
So when y'all do the cards and y'all do the readings, right? Say it's bad. It's all bad.
Right.
It's bad. All
Tainted
bad.
soul.
Destruction, death.
How
all
do
that.
you guys? What's your advice after that? That's like.
So you gotta
is it
kick
like-
him out. You gotta get the fuck
like,
out of here.
yeah, what is it?
It's like it doesn't come out like that. You know what I mean? Like it comes out in a way of okay, because the cards are, you know, that's your energy, right? So Tracy is like simply the messenger. You feel me? So there is nothing for us to fear. You know what I mean? We're doing God's work. So, and we have good intentions, you know? So if your shit is all bad, that's
you. That's
you know what I mean?
You need to fix that.
That's
immediately.
you. And then not only you need to fix it, but here's how. You know what I mean? Like if you pull a death card, you know, that doesn't mean death to your physical, you know, vessel. That could be death to old situations, new beginnings. You see
So
what I'm
we
saying?
all look at it like
we look
that.
at
You
something
look at
objective.
it as like you think of the worst possible thing, and it's not even that. You got to think, you know, we die every day.
Yeah, I'm
you know
bored.
what I mean?
I'm gonna
And-
read for sure.
You know what I mean? So it's like there,
Lock me
even
in.
if it's like chaos and destruction. For me, I feel like how would you be afraid of that when you're obviously in the moment? You're the one who's going
Right.
through it.
Right.
If she pulled chaos, you've probably been going through some chaos. You feel me? So
right.
it's like there's nothing. But okay, here are the cards that you were dealt now. Like this is what we need to do to get up out of the situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if you continue on, like the cards are subject to change at any moment. You know, it's your energy which you bring into. So it's like, you know, this is what it is right now. But you know, here's what you can do. You know, here's some work you can do. Here's some. And then, you know, switch it up. That's your power. That's the magic.
Yeah, that's why
you
it
can
was
switch
probably
it.
that
Period. You can switch at any point. Like you have that power.
Sure, yeah.
So how often would you suggest someone, if they're into that, should get a card reading?
You know, card readings I feel like should be done whenever you feel like they should be done. Like it's intuitional.
You'll know.
Yeah.
You'll know, huh? You'll know when you need to read.
Yeah,
it
it is.
Yeah.
It is. It's
That's
your-
why I'm feeling it right now. I think I feel like I need to go
it's
get
like
that
you'll
down.
feel it
Everything.
just like the same way you will feel when you need to cleanse your home. You know, after you cleanse, after you do your initial, okay, and it's not like we don't cleanse our homes, right? But this is like an intentional cleansing, and this is an intentional spiritual cleansing. So that's the difference. So now you are coming to yourself and say, okay, I realize shit is spiritual, and I'm about to spiritually cleanse my home. That's a whole different kind of cleansing. You know what I mean? So then from that cleansing, you're going to feel different because you switch the energy, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to feel good. And then you're going to start feeling when it's getting yucky again. Like you're going to feel it. You might start arguing with your partner. Kids might be getting on your nerves. Just little stupid shit. You know what I mean? And you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
shit
it's time
that
to
you
cleanse
just-
again.
yeah.
Trying to get to you, you know what I mean? And then obviously you want to like maintain a clean space. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you know, for the most part, it's like, you know, when you cleanse, you also want to cleanse the house too, you know, and just completely switch the whole energy up. Like, so the card readings, I would do it as often as you see fit. But then, you know, we have had people come in, like getting a card reading like every other day. But Tracy ain't gonna go for that. She'd be like, I'm not giving you another card reading until you go home and do some work.
Yeah.
Period. Because at this point, you're wasting my time.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
period. Because we don't
I
really
let
do
you
it for
know
the
I'm not
money.
just in it for the
Yeah,
money.
It's
yeah.
not for the money at all. You know what I mean? Like
Trying to
even
get better,
that,
the better
it's like if
the better.
anything, if folks pay for anything, it's for sure our time. It's our time because, you know, it's our time. We give shit away. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know, the tools is like, you know, whatever. I'm not, if you need something, you know, it's, what are we doing? It's chamomile.
Tracy
it's lavender.
shoulda came
it's-
through, man.
I know.
You know
I
what I'm
know.
saying? So
I
we got
know,
some
she-
dads in the back babysitting and all that for Mother's Day. I'm
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. We don't play that.
we
Mother's
got the
free on
daddy
Mother's Day.
daycare. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
What
we-
dad's the babysitting that?
It's in the back.
Don't worry about it.
You know what I'm saying? We got our ways.
You know what I'm saying?
You know.
Y'all are stupid.
I remember my boy Solomon got him in the back. All
I'm
that.
like, what? Yeah, but no, she definitely wanted to be here. So hopefully we can do it again and she can come next
Yeah,
time.
for sure. Most definitely.
Tracy is a whole vibe in herself. You know what I mean? Like her magic is not my magic, but it's just magical because, you know, we come from the same womb.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the same ancestors. But I work with my sisters. So, you know, we go at it. You know, it's not always, you know,
Yeah.
but we have the same intentions. So like our intentions are to do God's work.
And that's what's up.
And that's what we
That's
you know,
what's
do. And it's just a blessing that we get to do it together for sure.
Man, you gotta, man, what's the argument? That's nothing.
No, not really.
That's-
And especially nowadays, we don't. I think like both of us are wise enough to know, and we can feel each other's energies to how to play it. You know, how to
Yeah.
read the room. You know, it's like we older, and it's just like, girl, we got mamas to say. We ain't got time to be beefing.
for
Like,
sure.
you know, we need to do this work.
For sure.
Yeah,
So-
can't be beefing. That's
No.
crazy. Spiritual word beef. I wouldn't. That's
With your
tricky.
sister, it's easy. It's easy to because you know she's my little sister, but
Yeah.
and
No, I'm talking like
she's-
you beefing like y'all
Oh, my
spiritually
goodness.
beefing. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, no, that would be crazy, right?
You don't want that.
Oh,
beef.
that's like no, that's chaos right there. Yeah, no.
What y'all using?
No, no, no,
Magic
no,
manifest?
no.
I don't want to hear. You know what I
For
mean?
sure. So, one more time, can you let the people know where they can find you,
Okay,
where they can find your services,
Mm-hmm.
and where to follow you at?
Okay, so 2501 East Anaheim Street. That's in the city of Long Beach. 90804. And you can Google Divine Entwine. Okay, the directions will come up. And then the Instagram is Divine Entwined, period. No period, but at Divine
already know.
Entwine
You already
on
know.
Instagram.
You
Mhm.
already know. You know what I'm saying? She
Mhm.
gonna keep coming with it.
Period.
You know, doulas, all that.
Can I do a shout
But
out?
again,
Yeah, of course,
for
shit,
sure.
what?
Go ahead.
I want to
Do
shout
your
out my
thing.
mama.
Shout out, mom.
Shout out my mom, Carmen Johnson. I want to shout out my grandmother, Gwendolyn Booker. I want to shout out my granny, Estella Arnwine. I want to shout out my great grandmother, Claudine Liggins.
That's what's up.
Hi,
Shout out
Shay.
my mom, Sherry. You know what I mean? My
Hey.
girl, Lisa. You know, to Lisa.
Say
Shout
the
out
name. Say the name.
to Lisa. You know what I mean? My
Ancestors?
mama,
Any
Sherry
ancestors?
Lane. I don't much. My grandma,
Period.
Pearlie. You know what I mean? And that's the only one I know. Let's kill my Aunt Helen. You know what I mean?
Period.
Rest in peace. You know what I mean? Love y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody, all the mothers. If you're a mother, if you
For sure.
looking after somebody,
You
Yeah.
already know.
Shout
I
out
love
to
the
you.
mamas. I love the
Yeah.
mamas so much. They're
I
so
do too.
Yeah,
You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
Take a lot of burden off me.
Shout out to all the moms, man. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Mama. I love you.
Yeah, you
know
have to
what
send
I'm
your
saying?
wife
You already
in. I'm
know.
gonna have to get her a
You know
bath
what I'm
together
talking about?
for this one.
I don't want to do no specific names because I'm gonna fuck around and forget somebody.
How you gonna forget
Happy
somebody?
Mother's Day to everybody because it's a lot, man.
Yeah, Daddy, you got a
enjoy
big
this day.
family.
Y'all
Daddy
enjoy
do.
this day. Have fun. Be
Oh yeah,
safe.
my sister Kiki.
No drinking and driving. Moms, y'all be out there on the road tearing that motherfucking freeway up. Chill out, man. No
Mamas
drinking
can do
and
what they
driving
wanna do.
tonight. See what I'm saying?
The law, not the law. Uber, please call
Uber,
call it
that's
dad.
Yes,
Come get it.
Uber. That's a good
Also,
one.
man, I want to give a special shout out to my big brother, man. He just lost his father last weekend. So you already know, man, prayers. You know, I'm here for you, dog. We here for you. We got
say
your
so?
back, bro. Yeah, say so,
Oh,
man.
man.
Last Sunday, we
Dream,
found
man.
out when we left.
My
You know what I'm saying?
condolences.
So you already know. But
I'm so sorry.
we're going to get through it, bro. Shout out to everybody. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Y'all have a safe trip, good fun. Follow the Dad Podcast. Like and subscribe.
fun.
You understand what I'm talking about? So we're going to get on.
Hit it right.